Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia. We just did a walk around video of this car yesterday, but today we are inside the 2020 Kia Sportage and we're going to do a test drive video, so here we go. Alright, we're heading out in front of the dealership now, Brantford Kia in Brantford, Ontario, and we're accelerating up, and there's a lot of things to talk about, but the first thing I'm going to talk about is just the general ride quality of this car. So when they first came out with the basic architecture of this car, it was a 2017 model, and it actually came out in 2016, and the ride quality was a bit of a sport ride. So it's a firm ride, but the big difference is it handled really, really well. So we compared it against things like the Honda CR-V and other cars like that, and the braking, the handling, the control and emergency maneuvers, it was just better in this car. And they benchmarked a Porsche with the aerodynamics of this car. So I can't say they benchmarked that with the performance, the handling and everything else, but certainly aerodynamics, they benchmarked the Porsche, and they actually exceeded any Porsche SUV at the time. They had better coefficient of drag, which means better aerodynamic efficiency. So it makes sense that this is a bit of a sporty ride. Firm but very comfortable is how it feels on the road. So lots of adjustment. Again, we are in the LX all-wheel drive model, so that is the very, very base model. And basically you get all kinds of features. In the walk-around review, we talked about all the exterior trim pieces, painted door handles, chrome bits, all kinds of things, fog lights, automatic headlights. So there's a number of things that make this car not at all a base model, and but just the ride itself also feels a little bit more premium than some of our competitors' cars do. All right, so the big thing I want to talk about is lane keeping assist. That's a new safety feature for 2020, and it is active right now, and I'm heading into a corner. So as it's active, I'm going to trust the car to steer itself. Now there's a car coming for me, but you can see the steering wheel turning on its own, and there we go. This car is going around a bend on its own without input from me. Turning it sharper. Oh, too sharp. So it's not intended to keep you in a bend around a corner. What it is intended to do is keep you in your lane when you're going forward. And there's a lot of reasons I like this system. It steers while it's in your hand. So people think that that's weird, and you can turn it off if you don't like it. But once you get used to it, if I touch something like my audio system up here, or if I touch my seat heater and I'm looking down for a second, I know that this car is going to keep me centered in the lane on its own. And that's a huge safety feature. And the addition of that camera system that watches those lane markers in front also gives you forward collision avoidance. So if I was approaching something, the car will do its best to minimize an impact and even avoid an impact on a frontal collision. So huge safety features that are standard on this car, and I really like it. And we have it on our Kia Soul for 2020, we have it on our 2019 Kia Forte, and now in every Sportage you're going to get that feature where it's capable of steering itself, at least keeping you in a straight line, and it also is capable of keeping you, so there's the lane departure warning me because I was going around a garbage truck there, but it's also capable of avoiding collisions and keeping you in your lane in a straight line. Super great safety feature. It's the big feature for 2020 that you're going to see on this car. The rest of it, like I said, ride is good, comfort is excellent. So I've got a height adjustable seat. I can move it up or down, forward or back. Very good side bolstering, very good length to the seat, very comfortable riding environment. The armrests fall appropriately to where you'd want to just put your hands on the wheel. If you're the kind of person like me that likes to drive with your arm up on the armrest, you've got enough of a lip there. Very comfortable, very controlled ride, and again, like a very sporty ride. If I steer a little bit, you've got direct control of the car. It's not wallowy or soft like some of the competitors, so it's a very direct drive, and I quite like that a lot. Interior features, big thing is the screen. We talk about that in the walk-around review. You can see pictures of that. It is standard in every Kia Sportage now, so you get that big screen, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. I love having that huge screen, 8-inch screen, and so that brings navigation into the base level Sportage. Through your cell phone, you can have Google Maps or Android Auto, which is the best navigation out there, because not only are the maps up to date and updating regularly as you own the car, so is the routing information. And the routing information is the big thing that people forget about when they get a GPS. So, for instance, to go from A to B, your factory navigation may decide that this is a better way to do it, but maybe the speed limits will change, maybe there'll be some traffic circles, maybe traffic patterns will change over the course of your vehicle ownership, and Google Maps and Apple Maps are always updated, which means they're going to get you there the most efficient way, the quickest way, and the best way. So that routing information is really helpful, and you get a lot more updates with that system. So again, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, depending on which phone you have, this car is compatible, and that gives you up-to-date navigation right from the base model. So this is the all-wheel drive model, great for the winter. There's no drive modes to have to hit. So if I hit snow right now, which I hope I don't because I took my motorcycle to work today, but if I hit snow right now, I don't have to search for the right mode. I just drive, the car will adapt. If I'm ever stuck in snow, there is an all-wheel drive lock button. I can use that to help me get unstuck. But you don't have to touch anything there. One thing you can touch is drive modes. And again, I'm going to take my hands off the wheel here. And the car is steering around a bend. You'll see the steering wheel straighten out in a second. There it is, straightening out a tiny bit, keeping me fully centered in that lane, around a bend and through corners. Just a super good feature. And again, if you don't like it, just turn it off. You can drive it like a normal car, but it's very non-intrusive once you understand what it does. All right, drive mode, let's talk about them. Still got 3 on this car: Eco, Sport, and Normal, and that's the order that they go in. So I'm in Normal, it goes to Eco, then it goes to Sport. So Normal mode is the way it would be set up from the factory. You know, your throttle feels normal, everything feels normal. Sport mode makes the car more aggressive, so it'll hold on to revs a little bit longer, which keeps you higher in the rev range, gives you more power, instant passing power. If I was to pass the car in front of us right now, I'd probably drop it into Sport mode, just to give you that instant throttle response that I'm looking for. Eco mode, a little bit of a disclaimer about Eco mode. Eco mode won't necessarily save you fuel if you're not driving economically. So if you drive economically, my wife drives economically all the time, I hope, usually. So she likes putting in Eco mode. So if you drive economically, throw it in Eco mode, and it will do its best to keep it in the highest gear possible. It'll dull the throttle a little bit so that you don't accidentally jab it and, you know, switch down gears and give extra gas when you don't need to. But Eco mode works great to work with you to get great fuel economy. It does not automatically get you great fuel economy. So if you're driving economically and you're getting on the highway, you may notice it's resisting that downshift if you're in Eco mode. And that's just because it's doing its best to keep you in the highest possible gear. So Sport mode, of course, does the opposite. Sport mode will give it more aggressive and less, you know, it'll instantly respond, it'll downshift very quickly, it'll hold on to a gear longer. Eco mode does the opposite. So 3 drive modes: Eco, Normal, Sport, and they both work, they all 3 work very well depending on what you're trying to do. I tend to drive in Normal. Sport mode is what a lot of people like to drive in, like boss, but I pay for my own gas, and when you pay for your own gas, Sport mode is probably not the best mode full time. You can tow a trailer with this car, it tows 2,000 pounds. Sport mode may help you in situations with that when you're going up a hill or something like that. So lots of options that way. All right, what else can we talk about? We talked about seat comfort. We talked about the display system here, which is fantastic. Steering, again, very direct. And, oh, the gear shift. We talked about the drive modes. We can also manually shift. So I'm in 4th gear right now. I can go down to 3rd. I can go down 2nd if I want. And I can shift up from there by just tapping it. So great system if you are the kind of person that wants manual control. There is no manual transmission in this car in Canada, but you can choose your own gears, you can hold your own gears, and like I said, if you're towing something, 2,000 pound towing capacity, so a utility trailer, a lightweight camping trailer, you can choose your own gear if that's something that you want to do, and I can see in those situations would be something that I would want to do. The rest of the time, let the car think for itself. It does a great job. Alright, so we do these videos to earn your business. There's probably a lot of things I haven't talked about in this test drive video that you want to know about. So keep in mind, we do have a walk around video which talks about a lot of other features in the car. If there's something you want to know about, let me know in the comments below. But the reason we do these videos is to earn your business. If you are in the greater Toronto area, if you're in Ontario, we want to be your Sportage dealer. We recently got awarded the Platinum Prestige Award, excuse me. That puts us in the top 3% of Kia dealers worldwide. It's a super prestige award to win, and we're really honored to have won it. But that tells you that we're a great dealer to buy a Kia from. We're committed to giving you information online, and when you come into our dealership, you're going to find people that are committed to helping you out. Our sales team is not on commission. They just want to find the right vehicle for you. So if this is the right vehicle for you, give us a call. Phone number is 519-304-6542. You can reach us online at internetsales@brantfordkia.ca, and that's our email address to reach us, and we'd be happy to discuss with you a 2020 Kia Sportage. Thanks for watching, everyone.